The Chinese auto market is underperforming, and BMW's new model costs only $18,690. Taiwan successfully developed 5 new types of UAVs amid the increased threat from China. Activists arrested in Hong Kong for organizing Tiananmen vigils. China fully reopens borders, but maybe not many people want to go to China. The media described the Chinese auto market as the most tragic price war in history. The reason is the unwillingness of people to spend. China's automobile price war has transitioned from new energy vehicles to traditional fuel vehicles. For example, BMW's new 1 Series cars are advertised at a low price of $18,690, or 129,000 yuan. Recently, BMW's distributor in Quanzhou, Fujian, released a promotional poster mentioning that the discount rate of the 120iM sport car is as high as 38.2%, causing a sensation on the Chinese internet. BMW dealerships responded late to the wave of price cuts in the Chinese auto market. Volkswagen has cut prices by as much as $10,000. Some models of GAC Honda also have a discount range of $2,900 to $4,300. According to reports, the root cause of this wave of price cuts in the Chinese auto market comes from BYD and Tesla competing to cut prices on their electric vehicles. It has led many car companies into price competition. Up to now, more than 30 auto brands have directly or indirectly participated in the price war.
Taiwan announced on March 14th that it had self-developed 5 new types of military drones. CNN reporters were invited to the National Chongshan Institute and witnessed many locally developed unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs. Among the UAVs on display were 5 models introduced to the public for the first time. Eric Chi, director of the Institute's Aeronautical Systems Research Division, said Taiwan's new drones have different sizes and combat or surveillance capabilities. He added the UAVs were designed to meet the needs of different branches of Taiwan's military. Chi said, in response to new global war trends, our military has been actively building asymmetric warfare capabilities. These UAVs are equipped with core technologies to fully implement the national policy of defense self-sufficiency. Taiwan successfully developed 5 new models of UAVs amid the Chinese Communist Party (CCP) regime continuously sending fighter jets to invade and harass the island's airspace. According to Reuters, military tensions between Beijing and Taipei are at their highest level in decades. Especially after Russia invaded Ukraine, worries that Beijing will soon cross the strait to occupy Taiwan are increasing. At the weapons show on March 14th, CCN's reporters also saw other UAVs developed by Taiwanese experts. Albatross 2 UAV is one of the new surveillance drones present in the exhibition. It can surveillance and track naval ships over the sea using AI. It could also stay in the air continuously for 16 hours and has a maximum range of over 186 miles, 300 kilometers. Meanwhile, the Cardinal 3 UAV can take off, land vertically, and monitor activities along the coastline. Loitering munition UAV is another powerful UAV equipped with a warhead and can target entities from the sky.
Since the implementation of the new national security law in Hong Kong in 2020, citizens have been suffering political persecution, violations of their human rights, and the destruction of their essential freedoms. Since 1990, Hong Kong citizens and groups have gathered to commemorate the victims of the brutal crackdown by the Chinese Communist regime in 1989 in Tiananmen Square. However, this past June 4th, 2022, there were no mass commemoration events for the 3rd consecutive year. Due to the new national security law and warnings from police forces, anyone who wants to participate in or organize an event can be arrested. This March 11th, 3 activists from one of the groups organizing the annual memorial vigil for the Tiananmen victims were sentenced to prison by the Hong Kong authorities. The reason behind the conviction is the refusal to provide confidential information to the National Security Police. Chow Hung Tung, Tang Ngok Kwan, and Sui Hong Kwong, participants of the Hong Kong Alliance in support of China's patriotic and democratic movements, appeared before the Hong Kong West Kowloon Court on Saturday. and were found guilty of failing to comply with a police request to provide documentation. The Hong Kong Alliance in support of China's patriotic and democratic movements was accused of acting as a foreign agent for an unnamed organization, and allegedly receiving more than $2,500 from it. According to former Hong Kong Alliance Vice Chairwoman Chow Hang-tung, the organization had no links with any foreign agency, and nothing has come to light to prove otherwise. Chow declared, "To convict us in these circumstances is to punish people for standing up for the truth." The sentencing judge said that the defense arguments presented by Chow were political arguments, and also criticized the record as irrelevant to the mitigation of the sentence. He also added that the sentence had to be exemplary to send the public a clear message that no law violation would be accepted. The Hong Kong Alliance had submitted a request for authorization to hold the annual vigil. However, it was rejected. The organization communicated that the event would not take place, alerting participants not to attend Victoria Park, where it was organized every year. Catholic churches, which held memorial masses, also suspended all activities commemorating the deceased students. The arrests of Hong Kong activists do not stop, and the advance on citizens' freedoms is relentless, and has even spread to other countries. For this reason, US President Joe Biden extended protection to Hong Kong residents in the US to prevent them from being extradited. Since the new national security law came into force, it is estimated that more than 1,200 Hong Kong nationals have been deprived of their freedom for political reasons, and more than 10,000 have been under arrest for participating in protests.
According to CNN, China's embassy in the United States on March 13th announced that China would fully open borders for all categories of visas from March 15th. However, after 3 years of closed borders to fight COVID, their decision will unlikely immediately restore foreign visitors to China. A survey by the Pew Research Center in September last year showed that Western democracies now view the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, with a less sympathetic eye. That's because of the CCP's poor human rights record, aggressive attitude, and ugly behavior while implementing COVID prevention measures. Reuters cited an executive at China International Travel Services in Beijing saying, "In terms of tourism, China is no longer a hotspot destination." The anonymous person added, "Commercially, the wish of foreigners to run events in China also decreased after COVID because too many things here are influenced by politics, which has scared them off." According to CNN, on March 10th, in an updated advisory, the U.S. State Department urged U.S. citizens to reconsider any trip to China, including Hong Kong and Macau. The advisory said the Americans might be in danger because of the CCP's arbitrary enforcement of local laws.